I checked my bank balance yesterday morning. It's a habit I've had for 40 years. The number was there, staring back at me. 5,200,000 and some change. It is a staggering amount of money. It is more than I ever dreamed of having when I was a boy growing up in a two-bedroom apartment. I should feel triumphant. I should feel safe. But I sat there in my custom-built kitchen with the marble countertops, and I felt a coldness that no thermostat could fix. I looked at my phone. No notifications, no missed calls, no text messages. I realized then that I am the poorest rich man I know.
The choice began in my early 30s. I was hungry. I looked around at the world and I saw that money was the way people kept score. I made a quiet decision. I decided that enough was a myth. I decided that my role in life was to accumulate. If a friend called me on a Friday night to grab a beer, I didn't say yes. I said I had reports to finish. If my college buddies planned a trip to the lake, I calculated the cost. Not the money, I had the money, but the cost of my time. I told myself I was being responsible. I told myself I was building an empire for my family. But an empire with no citizens isn't a kingdom, it's a tomb. By choosing the grind, I became unavailable. I taught everyone around me that my time was too expensive for them. I built a wall of busyness around myself. You might think you're being productive, but if you never nurture your friendships, you aren't building a life. You're just building a resume. Then came the quiet choice of my career. I worked in finance. It was a shark tank, and I wanted to be the biggest shark. I missed birthdays. I missed funerals. I remember when my best friend from high school, Mark, got sick. He was in the hospital for 3 weeks. I sent flowers, a very expensive arrangement. I told myself I'd visit when the quarter closed, when things calmed down. But things never calm down when you're chasing a number. Mark died before the quarter closed. I went to the funeral, shook hands, and checked my watch. I was physically there, but my mind was on the market. I traded a final goodbye with my best friend for a deal that I can't even remember today. Now at 81, I have the liquidity to buy anything I want, but I cannot buy a conversation with Mark. I cannot write a check that will make the phone ring. The golden years are here, but they are made of fool's gold. I traded the warmth of companionship for the cold comfort of a high credit score. The most painful part of this choice happened within my own marriage. I was a provider. That's what I kept saying. I'm doing this for us, Mary. I bought her the big house. I bought her the luxury cars, but I starved her of me. I made the quiet choice to believe that presence could replace presence. I thought being a husband meant being a financier. I didn't listen to her small worries. I didn't hold her hand on the couch because I was too busy answering emails on my BlackBerry. She stopped asking eventually. She built a life without me, right there in the same house. She had her garden club, her charity work, her friends. When she passed away 10 years ago, the church was packed. People stood up and told stories about her kindness, her humor, her warmth. I sat in the front row and I realized I didn't know half the stories they were telling. I was her husband for 50 years, and I was a stranger to her joy. Now my children are grown. They are successful. I made sure they went to the best schools, but they don't visit. They respect me, I think, but they don't like me. Why would they? I taught them that work was the God we worshipped. They call on holidays. The conversations are stiff. How are your stocks, Dad? Fine, I say. We talk about the economy. We talk about real estate. We don't talk about feelings. We don't talk about fears. I realized too late that you can't hug a portfolio. If you were a parent, don't just write checks. Get on the floor and play. Don't worry about the promotion. Worry about the fact that your daughter won't look at you with those adoring eyes forever. At 81, I realized that my life was defined by the transactions I made, not the connections I built. I maximized my ROI, but I minimized my humanity. I have a Rolodex of business contacts who would take my call if I had a deal for them, but I don't have a single person I can call just to say I'm lonely. I walk through this big, empty house. The silence is deafening. I see the expensive art on the walls, and it looks like clutter.
I see the grand dining table that seats 12, and I eat my toast at the kitchen counter alone. I won the game, but I lost the point. Don't let the hustle fool you. Society screams at you to hustle, to grind, to sleep when you're dead. Well, I'm near the end now, and I'm telling you, the grind is a lie. The only thing that matters in the end is who is holding your hand. The only currency that counts at 81 is love, and I am bankrupt. I cannot go back. I cannot sell this house and buy back the weekends I spent in the office. I cannot unmiss the plays, the games, the dinners. But you can. If you are listening to this and you are currently canceling plans to work late, stop. Go to the dinner. Call your friend. Apologize to your wife. Take the vacation and don't bring your laptop. There is a poverty that has nothing to do with money, and there is a wealth that has nothing to do with the bank. Don't be the richest man in the graveyard. It's a very lonely place to be. Thank you for listening to an old man's regret. It's the most honest I've been in decades. If this reached you, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. Like this video so it finds the people who are chasing the wrong things. And please talk to me in the comments. Make a promise to call a friend you haven't called in a while. Make a promise to call them today. I'll be here reading. It helps with the silence. God bless you. Choose people. Always choose people.